All right, thanks, Amanda. As we shift our focus now to a chronic illness that is more common than you might think, the CDC says 1 in 10 U.S. adults, 10%, report suffering from depression. The World Health Organization says that number then balloons to 350 million people globally. So if you suspect someone you know is suffering, KXAN Ranus is here with some tools to help. She is the Executive Director of the National Alliance on Mental Illness here in Austin. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us, Brian.
So let's talk about today is Depression Screening Day, National Depression Screening Day, and it really starts with a diagnosis and some of the warning signs that may tip you off that someone is suffering. Kind of talk about what today is all about.
Okay, so today is all about raising awareness about, as you mentioned, an illness that's far more common than people realize. And what we know is that studies show that oftentimes people don't actually access treatment and get help for more than a decade sometimes. So what we want to do is really raise the awareness that there are really simple screening tools that you can use to figure out, is this something I need to look into? What you want to be looking for is changes in sleeping habits, appetite, a loss of energy, a sense of hopelessness. You will often hear people say as well, I just don't feel like myself. And when that's going on for a while, it's an indicator that there might be something going on. And this screening tool is really simple. It's online, it's free, it's anonymous.
Yeah, it's all online, and not only for the person who might be suffering, but for the friends and family members who might be worried about their loved one.
Absolutely, and that's the thing, is that oftentimes we will see something in someone else that they don't see in themselves. So it's a great tool to use in that way as well if there's someone in your life that you're concerned about. In fact, one of the things that we tell people, that if they do the screening and then they do come up with some indicators that there may be something going on, that the first thing that they want to do is go see their doctor, so make an appointment to see the doctor. And the second thing that you want to do is share that information with your family and close friends. So often it's the stigma and shame around this particular illness of depression that keeps people from getting the help that they need.
Talk about what other illnesses or conditions that depression might be associated with, because it might not just be mental, there might be some physical aspects too.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, it's not uncommon for us to see a correlation, for instance, with things like there's an increase in people who have depression in heart attacks and in heart conditions. Likewise, if you figure that anyone that is living with a chronic physical illness oftentimes can develop depression as well. I mean, when you're constantly fighting pain or other kinds of situations, that's not uncommon either. So it's important to recognize that physical health and mental health go hand in hand. Right. So we need to be paying close attention to both of those.
KXAN Ranus with the National Alliance on Mental Illness here in Austin. Thank you so much for being here. If you are concerned about someone that you know, you can call the National Alliance on Mental Illness at this number, 800-950-6264. And then at KXAN.com, we'll have the link to that free and anonymous online screening for depression that KXAN was talking about. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.